Hi everyone, my name is Emily Turpak and I am a realtor in Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs in Pennsylvania and South Jersey. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I absolutely love my mini split system. Also, this is how you know you're in your mid-30s, when you find yourself gushing about your mini splits. But anyway, if you're thinking about installing air conditioning and you want to learn more about the different options there are and why I chose mini splits, keep watching. So I knew when I bought my home that I needed to install air conditioning, and really there are three types of systems that you can go with. So you can do central air with ductwork and vents like what you see here, and this is probably the most common way you'll see people do their air conditioning. But you can also opt for high velocity air conditioning, which actually uses small tubes to get air into a room as opposed to bulky ductwork. I was truly open to all three options, so I explored each of them to see which one made the most sense for me. And in the end, I went with mini splits, but I'm going to explain the pros and cons to the other air conditioning systems and exactly why I chose to go with mini splits, and honestly, why it was one of the best purchases I've ever made. The number one reason why I went with a mini split system is that I didn't need to do ductwork. One of the reasons why I purchased the home that I did was it has these really cool exposed beams in the front and back living rooms. And honestly, ductwork would have compromised the aesthetic of my home, and I just wasn't loving that idea. And if I didn't run ductwork in the main part of my home, I would have had to hide them in closets, and I'll be damned if you're taking any closet space away from me. The second reason why I love my mini splits is that I can use them for both heating and cooling. And with gas prices going up this year, I decided to give my mini splits a whirl in the wintertime, and my electric bill was less than half it was before last year with gas and using my radiators. The third reason is that I essentially have zoned heating and air conditioning. This means I can set each mini split at a different temperature. So if I want to keep my bedroom cooler at night in the summer, I don't need to cool down the entire house to that same temperature. And this will make every room super comfortable and will actually save you a ton of money in the process. The fourth reason is that they're super quiet. Even when they're actively pushing out air, I can barely hear them. When I actually first got them, I kept checking to see if they were working. And after doing some research, I had found that the high velocity central air can actually be really loud. And remember, this is the one with the small tubes as the system as opposed to the larger ductwork. And the reason why is this can happen when you don't have enough tubes and hole vents in each room to distribute the air. Think about it, if you have a ton of air going through one tube, that's going to be super loud compared to the same amount of air going through, say, 4 tubes, maybe one in each corner of a room. And that's exactly why they suggest to do more hole vents than fewer. But even then, I read that some people felt like they could still hear the air coming through, and one person compared it to being inside the cabin of an airplane, which that's pretty much all I needed to read for me to nix that option. Plus, it wasn't any cheaper than ductwork or my mini split, so it's not like it was even a benefit. The fifth reason is that your state might actually offer a tax deduction for adding energy efficient heating and cooling to your home. And your electric company might also give a rebate, but be sure to check which brand of mini splits are eligible for your electric company, because I have found that to be the case, that they care about some brands over others. Now, in terms of the cons, I did have to get over the fact that I would physically see the mini splits on my wall, whereas ductwork kind of blends into the wall and the ceiling a little bit more, especially if you paint it the same color as your wall. But this is honestly the only con that I have found with mini splits, and I honestly got over it really quickly. I would say after 1 week, I stopped even noticing that my mini splits were on the wall. They really did just kind of blend right in. And there is technically one other con, but I found a workaround on this. So every mini split needs an electrical line and a condensation line that runs from every single mini split unit to the condenser outside. A lot of the time you'll see a line hide outside of the home like this, which covers those wires and lines. You can also fit several wires and lines from a few different mini splits into one line hide to kind of condense it. But the problem is I didn't want a bunch of tubes running on the outside of my home. So my HVAC contractor was actually able to run all the lines through my walls and out the back of my house to my condenser. Now, I have no doubt that I paid extra for this, but it maintained the aesthetic of the exterior of my home, and that was really important to me. I'm also curious to hear if you have mini splits yourself and how you like them, or if anyone has questions about the mini split system. Feel free to leave a comment and I'll try my best to answer, or if you just want to know another reason why I chose them over something else. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tap that like button and click here to subscribe. And for more videos, click here and here.